right. I thought this was a good scene to kind of do our wrap up video and talk a little bit about workflow. So, as a wrap up to everything, we've got a lot of things in this scene. We talked about biome mask and how they overlap. Remember, with the rocks and the grasses, and how you can make things blend into each other. We talked about overall biome mask. Over here, you've got the pine mask, and I've got a main tree mask back here in the background. On the hillside, we've got a grass biome mask. On the hillside, we used the Unity helper to bring these quick planted pine trees in and vert paint around the pine trees. So that was a good use of the Unity helper tool. We did a vegetation line to remove some items off of the cart path. I remember both of these areas. We did that. Quick plant. We used quick plant to do all of the vegetation around the clubhouse, and these pine trees were all quick planted. That's kind of everything that we've gone through. We've talked through a lot. We've talked through the shaders and everything. So let's talk a little bit about strategy on how to put all of this stuff together, because it is a lot. It can be overwhelming. And the more you use it, the more you'll develop kind of your own flow. And it'll also change depending on the course. So this course, I did zero Unity planning. So I didn't have to worry about going in and out, planting an arborist, planting in Unity. So this flow would be a normal arborist flow. So with this one, what I usually do, and I think most people do, is obviously first and foremost in Unity, get your lighting set, get your grass colors set. That will help with choosing your colors and adjusting your colors on your trees, and not get your colors on your trees exactly like you want. And then all of a sudden you go back into Unity and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to do my lighting. Well, you do your lighting in Unity, you come back into Arborist, and now all of your trees are screwed up. So you have to go back through and adjust all of your trees. So help yourself by doing on the front end, doing all of your Unity lighting as close as you can get it, and most of your grass coloring where you can get it. I'll do a lot of my vert painting on my grasses early, and then I come back and do around trees later. That's personal preference on how you want to do that. So once we get into Arborist, the best way to do this is your big biome mask first. So get into your satellite view and go around the course and make your mask, and make them somewhat close to where you think they're going to be. If you've got individual trees, don't worry about them. You can go back and quick plant those later, which that's kind of what I do. But I'll get all of this as good as I can, all of my biome masks set. Then I'll go back into this view with my actual meshes, and then I'll come in and adjust them. So we can come down, and if we've got some on the path, we can pull it up. We can adjust the outline of it. I like to do that with my meshes, and that way you can see where the cart path is. You can do your vegetation lines and that kind of stuff. Once you get all of that, I typically go hole by hole, and I'll use my reference pictures, any kind of a flyover that I've got, and look exactly how things look. You can play with your biome mask at that point, and then you can go back in and just hand plant some different things. On that Innisbrook course that we were working on, I've got that biome set up pretty good, but it also has some little palm trees kind of periodically throughout the course, but they're not everywhere. So the easier way to do that is I'll just go back hole by hole and look, and where I see a palm tree, I'll put it in my quick plant biome, and I'll plant those little palm trees. And That way we can kind of get the randomness, the uniqueness of each hole using quick plant. So the other way to do it would be if you had a lot of unity planting, and some of the VS Pro guys do this. They'll go ahead and do their VS Pro planting in Unity, and then come into Arborist and do some supplemental stuff in Arborist. The reason for that is your Unity trees will show up in Arborist, but not vice versa. Your Arborist trees are not going to show up in Unity. So if we're doing a lot of Unity planting, and I was back and forth on the Innisbrook course because honestly, I haven't done a lot of courses that needed a lot of Unity planting, but that Innisbrook Island course has a lot of those live oaks. So I think I'm going to go back and do my Unity individual tree planting and just use the overhead, just like you used to do in Unity, and plant each one, just drag them into the scene one by one, and then go back into Arborist and plant around them. I think that's going to be the easiest flow there. So depending on the course, your flow is going to change a little bit. So, kind of be able to adjust your ways, and you'll find your own way as you go, and you may like something totally different than how I do things, and that's great. I mean, that's the great thing about this program is it's got a lot of variety, a lot of different things you can do with it, and just play with knobs, play with buttons, play with colors, and have a ball. And if you can't tell, I absolutely love this part of course building because this brings in that artistic ability, and it's just fun to me to be able to take a picture and try to recreate it using Arborist. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. And if you have any questions, always hit me up on Discord. I'm around there quite a bit. And when I'm checking beta courses, I try to look at Arborist stuff. And, if I've got any tips, I'll try to give it on the beta courses. So hope you guys enjoy the series.